are now looking at a Mahindra pickup S11 Karoo 4x4 in silver, and this anti-review is going to be a little bit different than usual. You see, Mahindra graciously lent us this shiny press vehicle over the festive season, and we've been planning this video report for quite a while, like half a year. Sorry. The collective team at Galimoto Media was fairly pleased with our gifted horse, because we've all reviewed some sort of Mahindra pickup before, be it S10 or S11 automatic, and most of us were pleasantly surprised. Sure, there are some niggles to report on, but everyone agrees that they're insignificant because of the excellent prices. To give you a quick rundown of the range, the Indian manufacturer sells a large variety of these workhorses in southern Africa. Aptly named PikUp, the range starts with single cabs in rear-wheel drive and base trim, going over four-wheel drive, better spec levels, chassis cab, drop side bed, up to double cabs with various spec, four-wheel drive or transmission options. All of them use the same M-Hawk 140 2.2 CRDe engine, an inline four-cylinder long-stroke turbo diesel which can deliver up to 103 kilowatts or 320 newton meters. Although it uses a common rail fuel system, the unit only conforms to Euro 2 emission standards. S6 and S10 models use a 6-speed manual gearbox, while S11 derivatives get a 6-shot automatic. Most versions of the pickup are available with two or rear-driven wheels and a switchable four-wheel drive system with low range and mechanical rear differential lock. This silver pickup S11 4x4 Karoo is the very top dog in its range, its asking price being just about double that of the cheapest single cab model. And now, we're going to assault you with a quick hit list of this vehicle's features, because they're rather important at this price point. Remote central locking, climate control, cruise control, retractable front seat armrests, headlight delay and LED daytime light strips, as well as a touchscreen media system with Bluetooth, sat-nav and a rear-view camera. Ignoring its inferior performance for now, obtaining the same spec levels in a competing brand will cost you a good few pennies more. Ford will ask an extra 180,000 Rand, while Toyota will need 220,000 more for an equivalent 4x4 automatic double cab. Their top models with the newest engines add another 100k to those prices. Right, what next? Oh, some of you might be wondering what Karoo means. Well, it's the name of an extremely arid southern African region where nothing much grows except rocks and stones and maybe some bushes and a tree every now and then. It's also host to some of the most weathered, isolated but hospitable people on this brown patch of earth. These good folks don't know how to spell Prius, have never seen tofu and drive a bakkie, which, by the way, is the Afrikaans word for pickup. Top marks for the Mahindra South Africa marketing team. So, the Karoo Special Edition model comes with custom graphics on the bottom of its doors, as well as beautifully machined plaques for its front nudge bar and the load bed's cosmetic rollover hoops. Our press vehicle's load area also had a handy roller security top. This device proved to be reasonably water resistant, but not water or dust proof. Please pack accordingly. So far you can probably tell that our freebie horse was making a good impression. But before you accuse us of being biased towards generous manufacturers, here are some of our more negative notes. The engine and autobox combination are prone to a random hiccup, which sounds like a high-performance turbo petrol's wastegate flutter. I quickly nicknamed it the 2JZ sound, and it emitted from beneath the bonnet, most notably during gear changes at low speeds, mostly when the motor is still cold and receiving about a quarter throttle uphill, that is, with a light load. Sometimes this phenomenon briefly occurred at pull-away, or we'd get a continuous fluttering while trying to gently accelerate up a cold morning hillside. However, it never happened at anything over half throttle, thus it's not a safety risk or a deal breaker in our opinion. Other gripes include a rather wide turning radius, terrible windscreen wiper coverage on the left or passenger side, non-collapsible rear bench, self-resetting audio volume, badly positioned USB socket, limited storage binnacles and scattered ergonomics. Two glaring examples of this are as follows. Firstly, the pickup's trip computer only has 2 mileage counters. Its consumption and range is displayed in the media screen. Next would be the wiper controls, which operate via normal stalk, but lack an auto or intermittent function. That is activated by a button under the climate control. Again, these may be puzzling, but they're not epic fails in our opinion. Most observers agreed that the pickup is a weird-looking vehicle. Ugly or awful? Perhaps from an odd angle at the back, because the rest is not too shabby. We have to admit that most of us were a bit self-conscious about driving a Mahindra in our Toyota mad world. Yet after a few days, I was happy and proud to climb aboard. In fact, over the last few festive seasons, there haven't been many press vehicles which we've bonded with. They did what they had to and mostly blended into the crowd. But this Mahindra, believe it or not, did something to most of our journalists which nobody expected. Due to its price and underdog status, it really grew on us. Some of us aren't fans of pickups, but we are suckers for a bargain. Yes, of course this thing will lose more value than a Ford, but remember that it's starting from a lower base. And, judging by the stories or sightings of older Mahindra buckies in our area, we'd even venture so far as to say that it will last you for a long time. And in case you think we didn't test this vehicle properly, my wee family and I used it to travel from Somerset West to the Kruger Park and back again. We put almost 6,000 kilometers onto this machine, and you know how many breakdowns we had? None. Mechanical trouble? Nothing. Electrical issues? Nope. Rattles? Sorry. The spongy cloth seats with front armrests fit this car's upright stature and driving position. And although no bucky can erase the harsh ride of its rear leaf springs, Mahindra has managed to at least engineer a decent layer of softness into this pickup. There's an overall smoothness to its chassis, which we didn't expect. Some interior surfaces seem a bit low rent, while others do the opposite. Thin chrome borders around the front air vents or a modern plastic texture surrounding the gear selector. The contrasts keep coming in the shape of beautifully blue backlit buttons, also on the steering wheel, but comparably garish instruments with a bright turquoise hue. Last two, I promise. The media nav screen dims too much when you switch on the headlights during the daytime, and the incredibly loud sat-nav voice is listed primarily by name, with language as a subheading. I explored the system's many menus to remedy either of this, but my endeavors proved fruitless. Are you ready for some more good news? Performance may be mediocre, with our best 0 to 100 km/h time taking about 13.5 seconds, but this pickup's torque and transmission do a great job of moving you along in daily traffic. High-speed overtaking requires a bit of patience, planning, and the odd tip-shift manual intervention. Trust me, we did quite a bit of that. Mild off-roading was absolute child's play for this big silver brute, with commendable traction from these unknown semi-off-road tires. One tester bemoaned the hard steering in 4-high mode, while another only found out about the diff lock when they heard the inside wheel scrubbing in a tight turn. Mixed driving routines gave us an indicated average fuel consumption of about 10 kilometers per litre from the generous 80-litre tank, which only got better and better with considerate use. Cruising at a steady 120 kilometers an hour gave us an impressive 12 kilometers per litre, while dropping to 100 kilometers an hour or less will add another K. I know it's not an everyday scenario, but perhaps it'll interest the odd farmer or hypermiler. Coasting at 30 to 40 kilometers an hour through the Kruger Park shoved us over 15 kilometers per litre, eventually topping out at an astonishing 15.5 kilometers per litre of 50 ppm diesel. That sort of consumption and a range in excess of 1,200 kilometers would make a small diesel hatchback proud. To sum up, the Mahindra Pickup 2.2 CRDe double cab S11 Karoo 4x4 is a slightly weird looking, jolly well equipped, soft riding, laid back workhorse with an enticing price and excellent consumption. Included in the price is a 5-year 90,000 kilometer service plan and 4-year 120,000 kilometer warranty with roadside assistance. Not that you would ever need that, as far as we can tell.